Hello guys, today we're gonna revisit a 1080 Ti NVIDIA's flagship gaming GPU from 2017. The reason we are doing this because the newer GPUs like the RX 6000 series and the RTX 3000 series are not easily available for purchase. If they are available, they're being scalped at instant prices. So for now, used market is booming. A lot of people selling 1080 Ti's. Many of you might be looking to buy a used 1080 Ti or maybe even currently using a 1080 Ti as your daily driver and looking for an upgrade. So today we tested Aorus GTX 1080 Ti in a total of 7 games and see how it's performing right now. A quick recap of the architecture. 1080 Ti was based on the Pascal architecture and was launched in March 2017 with 11 GB of GDDR5X memory. Even when the 20 series came out, there was no sense of purchasing any 20 series GPU over the 1080 Ti. Only decent upgrade would be 2080 Ti, but it had a ridiculous price of $1,200. Well, with a quick recap done, let's get into the benchmarking side. So this is our test bench specifications. So we'll begin with Metro Exodus tested in 1080p, 2K, and 4K. 1080p extreme settings benchmark, everything maxed out, the games pretty well at 1080p with minimum being 30 FPS and average being around 54, which is pretty good considering how demanding Metro Exodus is. At 2K, extreme settings benchmark also tell us a similar story, average frames of 46 and minimum is 26, which is playable. And at 4K, we had to bring down the settings from extreme to ultra, which isn't really bad, but the 1080 Ti makes really good frame rates in Metro Exodus. Next up is Red Dead Redemption 2 Ultra Custom at 2K settings. It's one of the heaviest games out there which runs smoothly at averaging of 72 frames per second at 2K with maximum of 106 frames and minimum of 46. At 4K with the same settings it manages to get 42 frames average which is playable and perfectly fine for a GPU from 2017. The reason I chose custom ultra settings is Red Dead Redemption 2 has a plethora of graphic settings and I did not bring the quality down in any manner as you can see in the benchmark video but managed to get good frames by tweaking a few settings. We also tested Hitman 3 at 1080p. It averages around 135 FPS with minimum FPS being 110. At 2K it averages around 90 FPS. At 4K the average stays about from 55 to 60. Consider the game is a latest title and you can play it on 4K maxed out at 60 FPS is astonishing to see. Next up we have Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p max settings. Game runs smoothly at 65 to 70 FPS average. At 2K, the game runs at 45 FPS average. At 4K max settings, the game runs at 25 FPS average, but you can also do some tweaks in the settings and make it 32 to 33 FPS average, which is somewhat playable. Now we have Black Ops Cold War. We tested this at 2K Max settings with Filmic SMAA T2X anti-aliasing. It averages around 82 FPS average in zombies.
I'm not even tired.
In Doom Eternal on Ultra Nightmare settings at 2K, it averages around 140 FPS, and in 4K, it averages around 75 frames per second.
The cleansing of Earth is a necessary step. To a brighter tomorrow. Thanks to the UAC Hell Merger Initiative, humanity can now reach its full potential.
In Rainbow Six Siege, we did a quick benchmark of this game from 2015 to show that on 2K at ultra settings with FXAA, you can get around 175 FPS average. So if you are a competitive gamer playing at 144 Hz refresh rate, this is a pretty great result. The performance analysis still shows that in 2021, the 1080 Ti is still playing all the games at maximum settings in 2K, or maybe some games even at 4K. So that's it then for the 1080 Ti revisit in 2021. The GPU is still perfectly fine for 1080p and 1440p gaming for almost every game. If you don't care about RTX features, so if you currently have a 1080 Ti, hold on for a while longer until the prices come down. Upgrade to a 3080 or maybe NVIDIA's 3080 Ti when it comes out will put you in a territory similar to when you purchased a 1080 Ti back in 2017 for $750 or so. If you're looking for a used 1080 Ti, get it only if you get a really good deal, then only consider buying it, but I wouldn't really recommend doing that. You can go for a 2080 Ti used or maybe even the new 3060 Ti after saving up some money and when the prices come down. So guys, do let us know in the comments down below if you already have a 1080 Ti and you upgrade, so which part. Thanks for watching.